Kate, how's it going?
Hey, Matt. It's going. It's going.
I've realized I need to stop phrasing that question that way.
Oh, yeah?
Because it gives people an escape hatch. I need to say, how are you? Because when I say, how's it going, I often get that response, it's going, which means the way I can read that many times, like it's not going ideal. That's what I hear when I hear it's going.
I think that's pretty smart of you to catch on like that.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have caught on other than like, oh yeah, what's going on? So we've talked about this. We live in an apartment. We are building a house.
Oh, yes.
So we've got 4 people in an apartment. And I will say that I don't think that our walls are very thin at the apartment. I mean, I don't hardly ever hear our neighbors. Sometimes I hear people above us, but it's just like footprints. I don't hear things. I think I need to check on my neighbor today, though, because either they forgot that they left the fan on in their bathroom all night long, or they were sick all night long.
Oh.
And I've never noticed their fan before, Matt, but I was awake all night because the bathroom fan. And so
interesting.
Part of me is like, are you okay? Do you need something? And the other part's like, turn it off.
So this is next door?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Not upstairs. Now, why your guess that maybe they're sick? Are you saying they're blowing up the toilet so much that they need to constantly bleed?
Yeah. I mean, why do you turn on the fan in your bathroom? Is there another reason other than number 2?
Well, shower.
I'm asking.
If you have a shower, because you want to get the moisture out of the bathroom.
Okay.
Maybe they flip the switch after a shower. You kind of want it to get you want to get the moisture out of that bathroom.
I've never done that before. I thought the fan was just for number 2.
Oh no, yeah, you want to get that moisture out of there. Help fight mold and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think that may be the primary purpose, actually.
Are you sure it's not to circulate the air after number 2? I just thought that's one of the most considerate additions to homes.
Well, yeah, and it can also maybe muffle any sounds that might be coming out of there too. Yeah.
And I hated when lights are attached to fans. Like when you go in, you're like, oh, you're assuming I'm going to number 2, so the fan has to be on because the lights are... All right. Getting the moisture out makes more sense.
It could be that they're trying to get some smell out of there that might be suspicious. I don't know.
Okay. Either way, I didn't sleep for anything last night because the neighbor's fan.
Really?
And all I could think of was them number 2 and wondering if they were okay.
Yeah,
because certainly they're not inconsiderate. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely like slide a Post-it note underneath like, you okay? You need any chicken noodle soup? No? Turn off your fan.
Chicken noodle soup. And then what would you do? Just put a can of Campbell's outside the door?
Get a can? Of course. Just a can. Here you go. Knock your socks off.
Not homemade, Kate? Come on.
Oh, no. No, Monty's my soup maker. I am the open the canner.
Oh.
Monty made chicken noodle soup. Mm-hmm.
It's nice to know that you guys have your divisions of labor.
Yeah, we drew the line in our marriage.
So Monty can really crank out a solid chicken noodle soup, huh?
He can.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah. He thinks he makes a better chili, so I let him think that.
Uh-huh.
I like my chili better, but he makes chili more than I do.
Yeah, would you call chili a soup?
I like it soupier. He likes it meatier, so I put it in the soup category.
All right. I think that's an interesting conversation to have.
I agree. I get it. I don't know that I would say, I'd like some of that chili soup, please. Yeah, no.
Right, but you would also say, is it minestrone? Minestrone? How do you say that word?
I say minestrone, but I don't normally say it.
Do you say soup after? Would you hypothetically
because I don't order it.
Yeah, I don't order it because I want to seem like a fool for not knowing how to pronounce it.
Exactly. You get me.
Right.
You
what other food? There's other food items that I also want to order because they all sound foolish. I care too much about what other people think about me, especially strangers. I don't get it.
I know. We need to let that go. I think this is the year of all years to let it go, Matt.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm with you.
I was at I did takeout at another new restaurant recently where I didn't know how it worked and once again felt weird. So,
what restaurant? Or can you talk about it?
Yeah, it's Longboards.
Oh,
Are you familiar?
No, but tell me more.
They mostly do wraps. There's one in downtown St. Joe. That's the one we went to.
Okay.
But there's multiple ones in Kansas City also.
Okay.
It's really
so
good.
You didn't know how to order a wrap?
Wraps and bowls. Well, I guess I did, but I didn't know what to do after I ordered. I don't know. Because it's one of those deals, like they ask for your name, and I'm scared, Kate.
I feel that way with different ethnic foods.
You go order at basically a window, so you don't know what's going to be thrown your way. It ended up not being that bad, like most things.
Right.
But, it was new. And,
everybody's got to go there for the first time, right, to figure it out. That's right.
So, but if you wait too long, like what's with this rook? He hasn't tried out this fantastic spot yet.
Oh, lay off me. I just got out of a coma.
That's a good point. I should have a coma excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or quarantine excuse. Just left my house.
I need to study some of the things that different soap opera characters have gotten away with due to coma.
I just got done with amnesia.
Yeah, amnesia, I guess, is the more popular one.
Yeah. Or what's the other one? The body transplant or brain transplant. How'd they do that? Personality transplant?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's actually a brain transplanted or what, or if that was part of the amnesia,
Well, in Days of Our Lives, there is.
Demon got in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, once upon a time, like back in the early aughts, Kate, when I was working in Lawrence, we used to do a segment every day, which was me recapping Days of Our Lives.
Okay.
Just because of the comedy of some dude getting way too passionate about Days of Our Lives. I'd share clips from the show and all that stuff.
Now, would you record the clips on your own?
Yes.
Or was there? Okay, so
yeah.
You were dedicated.
Yeah, I rolled tape on it in real time. I TiVoed every episode, and I got pretty good at knowing. Okay, just fast forward until certain characters get on screen. You know what I mean?
Right. Sammy's just a side character.
Sammy was pretty key. Marlena. Was awesome.
Marlena, yeah.
John was also a great character.
Who was? I'm trying. Carrie. That's who I was trying to think of. Sammy's sister, Carrie. Right.
I barely remember her. Stefano was not a character when I was watching.
Oh, Stefano.
He didn't exist. I believe he was dead at that point.
Yeah.
So there's this brief window of time, a couple of years, where I've got some knowledge of Days of Our Lives. But
okay.
Hope.
Lucas.
Bo and Hope.
Yeah. That was the one soap that I did watch in college.
Belle was played by that one girl that went on to do something else for like a minute and then disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
And they replaced her with kind of an uglier Belle. But what are you going to do?
Yeah. What are you going to do? Who is Lisa Rinna? She was on Days of Our Lives.
I don't recognize that name.
Oh, she's one of the housewives. You'd recognize her sculpted face.
Okay.
Yeah, she was on, I want to say, like, when Hope died, Bo was married to her, and then Hope came back, and does he love his wife, or does he still love Hope?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that whole thing. Gosh, this thing drove me crazy.
Sands through the hourglass.
Sands through the hourglass.
What were we talking about before Days of Our Lives?
My neighbor poops a lot. I don't know.
Your neighbor on the can all night, yeah. Maybe they just left. Maybe they started the fan and then went out of the town.
I thought of that. I definitely thought of that. Like, maybe they're out for the night. But I was kind of thinking, like, wouldn't you come home and turn it off? No, guess not. It's not a candle. It's just a fan.
Well, you really don't want to leave a candle unattended.
No.
Yeah.
I walked the dog the other day and I forgot I had a candle lit, and I came back and I was like, ugh, whoops.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in my defense, it really was like, there could have been an earthquake, and I don't think it would have fallen and caught the place on fire.
Oh, yeah. See, I fell asleep, had a full night of sleep after lighting a candle once. It was a big one, too. And that candle was all over the floor. But luckily, I had hardwoods at the time, so.
Oh, man. What kind of candle are you lighting? Like a candlestick?
No, one of those big fat ones.
And it escaped?
Yeah, end up getting a hole in the side of it. You ever have one?
There you go. No,
issue?
I haven't had that, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it gets far enough down. It's probably like a Kmart candle or something. I don't know. It's been a long time.
I mean, I go and get clearance candles because
that's a good tip.
I like candles a lot, but I don't want to spend on candles, so I get the clearance candles.
Where do you get clearance candles?
I get them at TJ Maxx and
Okay.
Home Goods. And I think I've done clearance candles like the Better Homes and Gardens at Walmart. They have some good scents there.
Now, why does a candle get cleared?
I don't know if
It's just not popular? Certain
now
scents?
it's fall and I'm rocking the citrus smells.
Okay.
I don't know.
Seasonal
Maybe.
scents?
That might be it. But I definitely, when people are like, oh, it's a 3-wick and I paid $30, I'm like, oh, hell no. No, for something you're going to light on fire. No. Nope.
3-wick?
I can't do it. Yeah, I do like the great big candles, though.
Yeah, they're substantial.
Get the job done.
Yeah.
I'm always afraid the apartment is smelling like dog. So
at last check, your neighbor's fan is still going?
yeah, no, it's off this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was off right before I left the house. It was off.
Gotcha.
But, right before I left the house is when I wanted to sleep the most. So I was like, thanks a lot. Thanks so much.
That loud? What is like?
Yes, constantly.
Is that the correct noise?
And every now and then it's like,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the trait. You get your free cable, but you get annoying fan noise.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But it also makes me wonder, did they do it on purpose? Can they hear things from our side? So they're like, you know what? We're going to mess with them.
Yeah.
I doubt it. We're very pleasant people.
Now, your house, you're supposed to be able to move into your house April, May. Is that right?
April or May, yeah.
Okay.
But we drove by yesterday, Matt. Oh, my gosh. I got walls. I got floors. I'm going to have a roof soon. They've done a lot in less than a week. So we're really excited.
Good. Look at you guys. So,
Yeah.
well, real quick.
Yeah.
I figured we would have more apartment stories.
Really?
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised we haven't had more stories about you and your family of 4, which includes a 3rd and 4th grader, the hijinks that would ensue from in a 2-bedroom apartment. I don't know. I just assumed there'd be more stories besides just
Especially
this one.
during shutdown.
Yeah.
Well, I told you I backed into my garage. Did I tell you that? Yeah.
Yes, your garage door was coming down as you were pulling out.
Yeah, I told you about the garage. Neighbors it's kind of a college area, so a lot of young people, but they kind of stay to themselves. At the pool, there's lots of like hoppins and goings on. We were the only family at the pool.
Yep.
Over the summer.
Good, those losers.
I know, but they really made me miss my youth. I was like, oh man, Saturday, nothing to do. You've got a cooler, you've got a boombox, you're by the pool.
Yeah, why am I not doing those things, by the way?
I know, Matt. Yeah. You were probably concerned about a pandemic. So
I'm just going by myself to the pool a year ago, even, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, why weren't you doing that?
Solo pool journeys aren't all that exciting, are they? All by yourself?
Well, it's all in how you make it. I mean,
okay. All depends on how drunk you get by yourself at the pool.
Well, I mean, if you get enough of a buzz, you can start talking to people.
Oh.
Then you're not by yourself anymore.
There you go. Good tip from Kate.
You're welcome.
Drink your way into social circles.
I mean, you could also pretend. You could have your Yeti cup and be like, oh, no, I got you. This is...
Oh, yeah, start it. Hey, guys, going, guys.
Or if you just bring the juice boxes, then you're the cool person. Hey, I got this at Costco. You want to try it? But then do you sound like you're trying to lure them into drinking your juice box? So maybe not.
So now you mentioned, I think you told some stories about hanging out at the pool, and you've told me about the fan there, but not too many other stories about you guys.
It's a pretty nice apartment.
You guys getting sick of each other or anything like that in that place.
Oh, we definitely have no space at all. None. Zero. And I think I'm really excited for the new house. Just to be like, you find a corner, you find a corner, you find a corner, and then I don't want to see you guys for like 2 days.
Everybody gets a corner.
Right? I think...
That was a pretty popular episode of Oprah.
I can't believe it. I love my corner. I still say we're new here. We've only been here a year. But we get lots like, oh, do the girls not get along? I'm like, they used to get along fine because they had their own space. I could say, you go upstairs, you go downstairs, you know. Now we're just on top of each other. So we do have a TV, and we have 2 TVs in the living room because we're classy.
That's
and
awesome.
then we have a TV. One's hooked up to cable and the other one's hooked up to the Wii. So we've got the Wii TV and then we've got cable and Netflix.
All this is great. All this news is fantastic.
I don't know. I feel like these things seem normal to me and I'm saying them out loud. I'm like, maybe this isn't normal.
Or the two TVs aren't next to themselves, right? Are they on different walls?
Right. They're different levels. But one is on the entertainment center and one is mounted to the wall.
Okay, but yeah, you can see both of them from the couch or something?
Correct.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's fantastic. That's what everyone should be doing.
Okay, good.
Instead of switching back and forth between channels or picture in picture. I mean, come on.
Right?
2 dedicated TVs, football on both or
exactly
football on one.
The girls don't want to watch football. We're like, fine, play Mario Brothers. So they've got Mario, and then we're all spending time together.
Yes, that's so wholesome. Yeah, great. Any other strategies at all? Or like, are people wearing headphones more as a result to tune each other out or anything like that? Or
I wear headphones when I'm cooking.
Okay,
I do that. Especially if I'm listening to something they shouldn't be listening to.
Right.
I do that. But we have a fridge in our living room. I mean, is that cool?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like a little dorm fridge. I'm talking like a full-size fridge.
Really? You have 2 full-size fridges? Oh, yeah, that's right, because you have all these sides of beef you need to store.
Well, we have the deep freeze in the garage, too.
This just hurts my brain so much. You have a deep freeze in the garage at your apartment?
Yes.
Okay.
Stand-up deep freeze.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then we have our garage fridge that we had at our previous house in the corner in the living room. So our beverage, catch-all, extra condiments, extra produce.
And then the refrigerator the place came with, I assume, right?
Correct.
Okay.
In the kitchen.
Anyone look at you weird when you're bringing in the outside refrigerator?
Nobody did that, but I had to have a meeting with the school over the summer, and I was in the living room, and they're like, hey, just no judging, but is that a fridge in your living room? I'm like, yes, it is. It is a fridge in my living room.
Full size. That's awesome.
Full size, yeah. And then I've got the Bowflex elliptical in the living room. And our balcony is almost like a second kitchen because Monty's got the Traeger, but he also has a flat top grill out there.
Damn.
With its own like station. So every weekend he cooks breakfast on the balcony. Kind of makes him feel like he's, Mr. Manly Man outside cooking.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't get good sun for like laying out, so it's the outdoor kitchen.
I dig it. That's awesome.
My closet's a mess because I have to share with him, but other than that, no, I should take that back. My closet's not a mess because of my husband. My closet is a mess because of me. That's what I should say.
He just happens to take up some of the space in there.
He does. And we have a shoe organizer, but I just kick off shoes. And if we ever get divorced, it's because I don't put my shoes in the organizer.
You just kick them about the house?
No, I just kick them in the closet right in front of the organizer.
Oh, well, at least they're in the closet.
Right? I think so.
Yeah, not strewn about the whole house.
Right.
I've recently become impressed with myself with how I've consolidated my shoes into one area in my house.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks, Kate.
Nice. Yeah, so that's apartment talk with Kate.
I think it's awesome. I once again, I'm impressed that we haven't talked about it more.
I think we did kind of get pretty lucky with this apartment. And having not ever set foot in it before committing to it, that was a big leap of faith. So we're pretty impressed with everything on the internet is actually what was in the apartment. So that was good.
That said, you're still
ready to get the hell out of it.
And 6 months away from your house being done.
Yeah.
6 to 7 months, in fact.
So when we signed the papers, they're like, 6 to 8 months, done. And we signed in July. And we're like, okay, well, we should probably just bake on there's going to be some time for winter. Like things are going to be shut down because of winter. Then it took forever to get permits. Then it took forever, but they have been chomping at the bit for us to sign these addendums because of the cabinets and because of the floors and, like all these things. Almost like the house was going to be ready in 2 weeks. Like that's their urgency. And I'm like, guys, we're good. I'm not even going to get in there before May. And you guys promised 6 to 8 months. So just slow your roll. You'll get it. But they are moving pretty fast now, so I feel like, all right, finally, catch up.
Yeah, you want to under-promise, over-deliver, Kate.
I would like to believe that, Matt, based on the communications that have happened recently. I don't think that's happening. I'm just really glad. So we're building a house, right? I'm really glad that we have a realtor who is dealing with their realtor who deals with their builder. So I'm glad that we are not the sole mouthpiece for us. We've got someone who knows that a thing or two about it.
Yeah,
so,
but have you been burned by this game of telephone?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the one playing telephone. She is.
Well, but you telephone her first.
Oh, no, she's fine. Our communication line is fantastic.
Okay.
It's all past her that it's like, ugh. You like that? That's a technical.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with with that stage.
Is that the same as like woof?
I've never built my own house. Right, sure.
No. So, Matt, enough about me. How's it going? What's new with you?
Pretty good. I saw this story about men's nail polish.
I saw it too. Did you go out and get you some?
Well, I've been thinking about it, Kate.
Mm-hmm.
So the story basically was, okay, for the longest time, yeah, there's been rock stars wearing fingernail paint. You know, you had David Bowie, Mick Jagger, and then later on Kurt Cobain. And that now, yes, this has continued, but it's going out into the mainstream now.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to newer people like Bad Bunny, right?
Mm-hmm. And Harry Styles.
Yes, that's the other one.
Right. And then now it's getting into the mainstream so much more that there are colors designed for men. Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask you. What do you think a color designed for men looks like?
Well, the story I was reading was talking about they're more muted colors, you know?
Okay.
So maybe that's like a blue grayish kind of deal.
Okay.
I think stuff like that.
Because I'm wearing navy right now, and I don't know that, when Sally Hansen's people got together, they said, ooh, a woman will never wear navy. Oh, yes, they will. Oh, that's for dudes. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I would be willing. I would like to see the men's color line versus the women's color line, because I bet you I'm drawn to the men's color line.
Well, that's what I'm curious about. I mean, it could just be like shoes, for example. I think one of the only reasons why we have men's size shoes different than women's size shoes is just to say I've got men's shoes or I've got women's shoes. Why are there two different sizes, even though they're, the same lengths? Like you can look up men's shoe sizes to women's shoe sizes and go find tennis shoes that sure look just like men's shoes in the women's section.
Right.
And I've got a pair, in fact, that they're the exact same thing.
Is it because men's feet are built different than women's feet?
I don't think so. I don't think that that's a thing, but that's a good point.
I mean, I have really skinny, long feet. Like, I could probably wear dudes' shoes because my feet are so long, but they're so narrow. And I don't know a lot of dudes with narrow feet.
There might be something to that.
Okay.
I don't know. I wear 8.5s. I have very big feet. And so I think if you've got smaller feet, maybe they don't. So basically, yeah, my women's shoes that I wear fit fantastic, but they don't have any less.
I like that you clarified they're tennis shoes. Matt, come on. Are they pumps?
They're
Are they Ugg boots?
Not those ones. No.
Okay.
Those ones I got at the garage sale, and I could just tell when I lined them up with my feet that they were going to be the right size.
Nice. So are you going to go out and get some men's nail polish then?
Probably not. I don't think I can pull it off.
No?
Mm-mm. I
mean, think about it. You're not really going places, Matt. This would be a good time to try it out.
I just took that in a figurative sense, by the way.
Okay.
Like, you're not going places.
No, I meant you're not going out.
I know.
You loser. You're not going anywhere.
That's true. I feel like if I were to start wearing fingernail polish and maybe lip gloss or something like that too, people would start being like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't normal. This isn't what you do. You know what I mean?
Okay, so we go to a gas station and there is a male there who wears nail polish. And I am always drawn to his nails. One, they look a hell of a lot better than my nails do. Then I'm just like, oh, they look so great. I love your nails. And thanks. I did them all weekend. And but there's no judgment whatsoever. There's a little bit of like, I wish I was as good at nails as he is, or I wish mine looked that good. So I see dudes wearing makeup and nail polish. I'm like, I maybe like judge myself a little bit, but
yeah. Well, the other thing is I just really have no desire to, other than just to be interesting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like when we talk about it again, it's like, well, yeah, that is extra time to spend on things that I don't want to spend.
Okay.
You know how I don't like to use time.
Oh, yeah. You got all that twitching to do.
Oh, yeah, my Twitch streaming, which I've been neglecting recently. But
I heard your 14 and a half followers are upset.
14 and a half, huh?
It's trending on social media.
It was 14 the last check, yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't seen it recently, so.
I will say, back to nail polish real quick, then we'll get to your video games. When my oldest was little and I was painting her toes, she's probably 3. She wanted to paint Monty's toes. She wanted to paint her daddy's toes. And I thought it was the cutest thing. He sat there and she painted, and it was great. It was fantastic. It was during the summer, and we had a family thing, like an unexpected family thing, and he's putting on his sandals. He's like, oh my gosh, I have hot pink nails on my toes. I'm like, yeah, you do. Let's go. Here's the thing. We were going to his family and not my family. My family, a little bit more progressive. His family, not as much. So he wore tennis shoes. And then I mentioned to Finley that he's not wearing sandals. He doesn't want to show off his nails. So in front of his family, she's like, my daddy's nails are pink. And then there was lots of like, oh man. I'm like, you know what? Try saying no to this sweet little face. Like, dudes, if your daughter wants to paint your nails, you sit down and get your nails painted.
I think so. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Me personally, though, childless, I don't think it makes much sense for me to start painting my fingernails or toenails, really.
Right. Okay.
Plus, I don't really like wearing open toe shoes. So.
Okay.
I'd rather just be barefoot. Well, I do like being barefoot, though, in the summertime. Anyway.
It's not lake time. You're not barefoot at the lake. You could rock some neutral toes right now and just try it out.
Yeah, but if no one's going to see it, then what's the point?
Well, if you like it. I mean, why do you think people get tramp stamps, Matt? You can't see your tramp stamp tattoo.
I've been meaning to talk to you about this.
I don't have one.
So I'm...
It's none of your business.
I was going to show you a sketch of one that I've thought about getting for myself.
Yeah.
I think I might look nice with a tramp stamp.
Have you been thinking about a tattoo? You're not a tattoo guy.
No, that I for sure I will do fingernail paints before a tattoo for years. Well, I mean, a tattoo is just permanent. I'm not that permanent of a person.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's a good way to be.
Yeah.
Be a permanent person.
To be a permanent person.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that people that have tattoos can't evolve, but yeah, I just feel like tattoos would be full of regret. And then, yeah, once again, it just goes back to this no desire to have ever got one, you know. So
I love going through those slideshows of people who've gotten tattoos for their ex-girlfriend or boyfriend and how they have to change their tattoo because they've broken up.
Right, have to black out their name or...
Yes, or like there's a couple that I saw just the other day. It was like a really good tattoo of an actual picture. Like I was just really impressed with, wow, that really does look like their girlfriend. And then the way they turned it into like the most terrifying skeleton I've ever seen. Them like, there's more artwork there. Like, I do like to see those tattoos.
Yeah, didn't Ariana Grande, Pete Davidson? Was that her tattoo that she had? Am I thinking of the right couple?
Well, I would be willing to bet that he got one. Did she get one?
I thought she got one that was like a heart or... I'm searching for this now. First, there's a complete guide to Ariana Grande's 55 known tattoos.
Interesting. That's kind of creepy.
And then here we go. Ariana Grande covers Pete Davidson tattoo with a sweet tribute to Mac Miller.
Oh, that's real bad when you cover up an ex-boyfriend with another ex who, oh, by the way, is dead.
Well, that's why she got it, was to...
I mean, how would you like to be the dead ex-boyfriend being like, really? Now you're going to get a tattoo just to cover up Pete Davidson?
Spinning in his grave. Spinning. in his grave.
Wicca, wicca, wicca. I didn't know who Mac Miller was till he was dead.
That's not what I meant.
I think that's where you were going.
No, but that is fantastic that you pulled that off.
You're welcome.
I just meant rolling in his grave, but wicca, wicca, spinning in his grave. Fantastic.
He's always be spinning.
Nicely done.
Oh. Yeah. So I don't know. I like looking at people who also get tattoos spelled wrong. There's all these slideshows out here of collected tattoos that have gone wrong. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
who would spend hours and money on these tattoos? So sad.
I'm trying to recall some, because I've seen these too. Because so many words, like if you miss a letter,
Yeah.
suddenly it is an actual different word. It's not just a misspelling.
Correct.
So
Like there was one that was like on one arm it said B and on the other one it said positive, but it was like postive or yeah. It's like, oh, I'm positive that you are going to regret that tattoo. And some of them are ginormous. Ginormous. I've never had a tattoo and I don't know that I could sit for a tattoo, let alone these giant works of art that are, I do appreciate tattoos.
Oh, yeah,
so.
me too. I'm very impressed by a lot of people. But then, yeah, a lot of them, it's like, oh, man, that's a prison tat, you know? Homemade tattoo there.
That was sophomore year gone wrong, right?
Right.
My youngest is quite a little doodler, and she said, have you ever seen a tattoo artist without any tattoos? And I said, no, I'm sure there's some out there.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I know. And she was thinking that she didn't want a tattoo, but she likes the idea of designing tattoos. I'm like, okay, well,
I dig that. Yeah.
let's stay in school. And
The tattoo-less tattoo artist.
is that like buying a car from somebody who doesn't own a car, though?
Nah, I think it's far more aggressive not having any tattoos when you are a tattoo artist than if you're riding a bicycle around and selling cars. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The place where we used to live, there was a guy who owned a landscaping company down the street from us, and he was a very successful landscaping company. His yard looked like a dump all the time.
Okay.
All the time. And he always had signs in his yard promoting his business. And I'm like, I would take those signs down because your yard looks like a dump. Why do people trust you? But they did. And he did good work, just not in his own backyard. Bump.
Well, that's interesting because the time in my life that I was least productive on computers was the time in my life where I worked on and with computers and people on their computers for a living. You know, because it's like at the end of the day, do you really want to go do more of that?
Right.
So maybe that's it.
Yeah, but computers are a little bit more private. If you're putting your yard out there and you do great yards.
Oh, yeah, especially if you put an advertisement for your lawn care service next to your unfortunate-looking lawn, yeah.
Your yard shouldn't look like the before picture.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
You should do half the yard as the before picture and half the yard as the after photo.
There you go.
Yeah, you could put Brand X Lawn Care Company on one side of the yard and then
Bob Socks
Lawn Care Service. Thank you, Kate. On the other side of the lot. Yeah, you could tell I was getting ready to come up with some kind of name for a landscaping company. Yep. Thanks for the help.
Grassy McGrassersons.
Mm-hmm. Now, Bob Socks Landscaping Company is fantastic.
Bob Socks and Grass. Wasn't there another place in Kansas City?
For all your socks and lawn care needs.
The Grass Pad?
Grass Pad's High on Grass?
Yeah. I'm like, I swear there's some. Yeah. Okay.
Are you asking, can you grow marijuana with stuff you buy from the grass pad? I think so.
No, I was thinking there was somebody clever in Kansas City when I was in high school. It's like, oh man, they're high on grass.
I believe there are still fans of that jingle, actually.
They nailed their outside their demographic with that one.
Why isn't grass pad advertising on this show?
Hey, give us a call.
It's mostly stoners in the audience, so just kidding.
Maybe in before times.
But we have some stoners in the audience for sure, no doubt.
Early quarantine times. Oh, man.
Kate, were you a fan of Willow as a kid?
I remember seeing that in the theater.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
And it scared the bejesus out of me. But yes, I did like it.
So the little people or what?
No, isn't the witch or the bad guys really scary?
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen that movie all the way through. I think I've only seen bits and pieces on like TV over the years, or if someone had the VHS in back then.
I think my sister had a thing for Val Kilmer.
Oh, Val Kilmer's in that. Okay.
Yeah. She was like, I'm going to take Kate to the movies. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
I was little. And I remember watching it on, what'd they have, like the ABC family movies or Disney? They call that on Sundays, Matt.
I don't know, Kate. Remember when you were lecturing me about how Freeform and Disney were the same thing?
They are.
Just the other day. Well, I know, but
but that's a cable company. This is a network. And on Sundays, they would have...
My point is that you're the expert.
Ugh. Did that hurt coming out of your mouth?
Calling you an expert?
Boom. Boom. I can't remember what the Sunday Disney movies were called. I don't know, but I remember watching it on TV as well. So
okay,
are they getting a series? Right?
Yes, correct. They're doing a series on Disney Plus. Okay, so that one was out when we were little kids. Mm-hmm. We were early '80s little kids or mid '80s little kids, I guess. And then Animaniacs came out a little bit later on. That was probably when we were starting to... Because I was more into Tiny Toons than Animaniacs came on, I think, at the end of my...
Were you really?
Tiny Toons?
I was ready to make the jump when Animaniacs came out. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm just saying Animaniacs is more at the... Because I watched it, but it was more at the tail end of my cartoon consumption as a kid.
Willow came out in 88. Sorry.
Okay. So Animaniacs is more 90-something, early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming back, too, as a series to Hulu. It's going to be on Hulu. And looks pretty good.
Now, Animaniacs had Spielberg behind it.
Correct. And he's listed as the executive producer again this time around.
There was a lot of adult humor in Animaniacs.
Well, I think Tiny Toons was Steven Spielberg also.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking at it right now.
I loved Animaniacs. I loved it.
Yeah, it was quite solid.
And there's been a couple of times in my parenting days that I have pulled up Animaniac videos to show to my kids.
So one of the reasons why I bring this up, remember recently we were talking about, oh man, Kate, eventually we're both going to be out of the demographic worth advertising to. They only sell us old people products.
Get your AARP card.
Right, pills for your plumbing that doesn't work, and for diapers and things like that.
Your plumbing that doesn't work.
Right.
I really went there like they're not selling pills for your plumbing. Gotcha.
Right.
Blue pill.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
We're getting out of the demographic.
So we're fine now. We're still okay for a while. But when I saw these stories about both Willow and Animaniacs coming back, and I thought about all the other reboots of TV shows that are coming back, that eventually we're going to be the age where they're not rebooting shows from our youth, Kate.
It's going to be a Hannah Montana reboot.
Note that I Love Lucy is not getting new episodes,
Note.
CGI Lucille Ball is not a thing.
Oh, wouldn't it be a great world if it was, though? Man.
Yeah, I did like that show. Yeah.
I love Lucy. So do you think it's the younger half of our generation that are coming in going, yes, let's reboot Animaniacs, and let's reboot?
For sure, yeah. It's people our age with disposable income to throw at lots of things. And also, people love to get their kids into the stuff that they were into. Like Star Wars is a prime example of something that parents can watch with the kids and get the kids into. And it's like, yes, I've got a thing, and I can watch kids' things and get my own fix at the same time. But eventually, disposable income becomes lesser of a thing. Like, we don't throw money at nearly as many things as we get older also. So this is all to say that savor now, Kate, you, me, and anyone listening that's appreciating all these shows coming back, because eventually, just like with boner pills and diapers, they're not going to be coming at us anymore, because then they'll know that we're not buying anything interesting. And the other thing is, old people, if you were willing to change your laundry detergent, if you're willing to change your ways and try out new products, advertisers would come back to you, but you're not swayable. See, you establish your habits early on in life, That's why it's a great opportunity to advertise on KJO 105.5.
Good pitch.
Get us now.
Good pitch.
Get us now and keep us for life. Because eventually, you can get us for decades, and then eventually we're going to be old and used up. Our brains is completely solid. And we're going to continue to buy your products. So advertise now on KJO 105.5.
That was beautiful.
KJO 105.5.
You should do like a 30 out of that and just play it in between songs, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you gotta
Make sure you get the bit about pills, though. Gosh. Okay, so Animaniacs, I am going to take you back because when we'd get home from school and it was like Animaniacs, or it was Tiny Toons and then Animaniacs, and then was it Batman? How did that work?
Oh.
Because I feel like it was the back to back to back because we just sat there and we watched all three.
Right, because this was a Fox production, right?
Right.
Fox Kids.
We were on WDAF.
I think you might be right, yeah.
Okay.
3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yeah. Did you have, and then after that, I think it went to Jeopardy was a different channel.
Yeah.
Animaniacs, did you have a personal favorite character or skit from Animaniacs?
What was there? Wasn't there a bit where it was like, here's something nice you can do, help an old lady cross the street. Here's something mean you can do, hit her in the head with a mallet, or something like that. Wasn't there a bit like that?
Maybe. I was thinking, I liked Wacko, Yakko, and Dot. I did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's like we stopped everything we were doing when Pinky and the Brain were on.
Yeah, see, me too. And then they ended up doing a spin-off series for Pinky and the Brain, and it was just too much. I was like, enough.
I think you're right.
I can't get into this.
Yeah, we just needed like the 6 minutes, but
yeah, that's a great bit. Yeah.
Every now and then, as adults, like we'll be back at a family thing, and my brother will be like, "Hey, you know what I'm thinking?" And it never fails that my youngest brother is like, pulls out a Pinky line, and it's usually, I can't ever remember them, but this one I don't know why I will never forget it. But it was like, "Gee, Brain, I don't know, but does the queen have her own jet ski?" And it's like, "Hey, you know what I'm thinking?" And then Patrick rocks the Pinky and the Brain line. So we're big Pinky and the Brain fans.
Okay. Pinky and the Brain.
Narf.
One is evil. Is it evil?
A genius.
Oh, yeah. One is a genius. The other's insane. Yeah. I haven't seen that show in a long time. Yeah, it's a good one.
I know. I was like, I feel like I should hit the next verse. But we also, I tried getting the girls to watch the, is it Yakko? When he does the countries and when he does the states.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah. We watched those on YouTube.
Yeah, someone pointed out that they learned far more geography from Animaniacs than they ever did in school. And I was like, yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, that's probably right.
Right.
For a lot of people. Are there any other reboots out there that you're waiting for, Kate? If they rebooted that Batman the Animated Series, oh yeah, for sure, I'd watch that. I don't know if I'm going to go out of my way to watch Animaniacs.
Right.
Willow, I definitely doubt I'll watch because I did not get into that movie as a kid. But
no, and I don't know how they're going to do it as a series. But, it's coming to Disney Plus, right? Is that what it was?
Yes, Disney Plus, and they are bringing back the main character, or the main actor.
He's still alive?
Yep.
Really?
Warwick Davis. Yeah.
He was one of the Ewoks. Did you know that?
Oh, is that right? Was he the main one? Wicket?
I think so.
Was he Wicket? I believe Wicket was that Ewok's name.
Did I make that
It's always interesting that these, I don't know. Better look this up. Because Warwick Davis is very similar to Wicket. So it seems like, I don't know, that seems...
Warwick Davis. Okay, that's who I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm. And was originally cast as an extra Ewok. And when Kenny Baker, who was originally going to be Wicket, fell ill, George Lucas picked Davis to be the new Wicket after seeing how he carried himself as an Ewok. And I believe Kenny Baker was R2-D2. Click on...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're
correct.
right.
Yeah.
But Kevin Pollak was in Willow. I forgot about that. Oh, good old Willow. It was weird, though. I do remember that.
I remember, I'm well off good. Something. But
Something.
But yeah, that's all I remember.
Oh, my gosh.
Pretty good, huh?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So, yeah, I think they're running out of things to redo from our youth, but maybe there's something out there that I'm missing.
I love that you put Narf. I just saw that.
What?
Narf. On our page. Yeah.
That's part of the article.
Gotcha. I thought maybe that was a Matt original.
I wish Narf, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot are back in the first trailer for Animaniacs Reboot. It's a good trailer. It's worth watching. I think it's just about 2 minutes.
Definitely going to check it out.
Yes.
You know, we give a lot of love to our pumpkin spice fans. We give a lot of love to our pumpkin people out there. And in case they missed it, Captain Morgan released a Jacko Blast pumpkin spice rum.
Jacko Blast.
And it comes in a pumpkin-shaped bottle.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. So I would be keeping an eye on your soccer moms out there on the sidelines when it's really cold. If they're having the pumpkin spice latte with a little bit of the Captain in it. I mean...
Or just straight Captain pumpkin
Or
rum.
just straight, yeah. It's just Jacko Blast.
It's like, well, I'm only really into the pumpkin spice latte because of the pumpkin flavoring. Why would I ruin my rum by diluting it with coffee?
There you go.
Good tip. Although I imagine there's a lot of booze you could put inside a pumpkin spice latte that would taste pretty good.
Yeah.
I bet Bailey's and pumpkin spice would be pretty good together.
What's the other one that people like? The rum chata?
Yeah.
Is
rum
that
chata.
a pumpkin? Yeah.
Well, rum chata is another, is it coconutish? I forget.
I don't know. I don't do that one.
Okay.
I've never heard good stories of people who are like, oh my gosh, I had so much rum chata last night. And I'm like, okay.
I've never felt better.
Right? Like, it usually ends with not so good stories, like leaving the fan in their bathroom on all night. So,
a friend of mine was like pleading with me to take her to the hospital once because of this hangover she was having.
Yeah? And you didn't take her?
And I was like, you have got to. I go, shut up. I turned the volume on the TV up to drown her out. No,
Matt.
I was like, you have got to attempt to drink water first or something. Please. Like,
if you would have taken her to the hospital, they would have given her an IV, and that would have hit her a lot faster than drinking water.
You really think you should go to the ER for a bad hangover?
Let's just say I've thought about it a couple of times.
Okay.
I haven't done it.
Yeah, it's like you've got to try. You haven't even attempted to take a gulp of water, and you're asking me to take you to the hospital. You've got to try drinking some water, Come on.
That's the last. It's so hard to drink when you're dehydrated. So hard. It's like I just pounded a case of beer last night. Why can't I drink 8 ounces of water today?
Yeah, it seems contrary to what things should be, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah, really what you should be doing if you want to be a responsible drunk is that you alternate your beers and your waters throughout the night. Yeah. You won't achieve the same level of drunkenness if you're looking to get, faced. But
you know what?
You'll feel much better in the morning. And then the other thing is the pizza the night of the drinking is far more effective than the biscuits and gravy the next morning. Like, you got to preempt the hangover. That's what you're looking to do.
I agree.
So
I think it's Crown Royal right now that does commercials with hydration breaks.
Okay, yeah.
Kevin Garnett, maybe?
They air them during, like, football games or something?
Yeah, they're drinking some Crown, and then it's like the referee is like, timeout, and then Kevin Garnett's going and drinking his water, and then they play the game again.
Yeah.
But you got to have thanks, Crown Royal, for this hydration break.
Yeah, the thing is you can really outpace your water with Crown. That's the thing about drinking beer, especially just regular strength, if you're topping out at like 6%, maybe 7% alcohol strength on a beer, is that you alternate those waters, you are going to be in pretty good shape. But if you're alternating waters with shots of Crown or something, good luck with that. That's not going to really, make you
that is a hospital trip.
It's not going to make you a sober driver.
Nope.